Salve omnes, welcome to this video lesson on chapter 16. We're starting at section 2, line 41. Pars navis posterior pupis dicitur. The posterior or back part of the ship is called the pupis. In English we call this the stern or the poop. In pupi sedet nauta qui navem gubernat. In the stern or poop deck sits the sailor who controls or pilots the ship. Quomodo navis in medio mari gubernare potest? How is the ship able to be controlled? Notice gubernare has a long I, so it's a passive infinitive. How is a ship able to be controlled in the middle of the sea? Cum terra nulla videtur, when no land is seen. Gubernator caelum spectat. The pilot looks at the sky. In alto mari sol aut stellae e iduce sunt. On the deep sea and the high sea, the sun or stars are guides for him. E there is a dative singular. Ea pars caeli, unde sol oritur, dicitur oriens. That part of the sky from which or from whence the sun arises is called, notice dicitur is passive, the east. Now literally oriens is short for sol oriens, the rising sun. So the word for east in Latin means rising. Okay? And oritur is a deponent verb. We get a lot of these in this chapter. So it means rises, not is being arisen or something like that. It's not passive when you translate it. It looks passive in Latin, but translates active. Partes caeli sunt quator. The parts of the sky, regions of the sky, are four. Oriens et occidens, east and west. And occidens, which means west, is literally sol occidens, the setting sun. Meridies et septentriones, south and north. Literally, meridies is noon. If you're in the northern hemisphere, as we and the Romans are, then at noon, if you look at the sun, it would be towards your south. And then septentriones are the seven stars of the Big Dipper, which point the way to the north. So that's where they got the word for north from. Okay, we see the compass rose. Occidens est pars caeli, quo sol occidit. Occidens, or the west, is the part of the sky where the sun is falling to, where the sun is setting, we might say. Meridies dicitur ea caeli pars ubi sol meridie videtur. The south is called that part of the sky where the sun is seen at midday, at noon. That's again why meridies means both noon and south in Latin. Pars contraria septentriones appellatur, a septem stellis quae semper in ea caeli parte stant. The contrary or opposite part is called the north, septentriones, from the seven stars which always stand in that part of the sky. So that is to say, as the sky revolves, it's actually the earth revolving and it looks like the sky revolves. But as that's happening, if you're in the northern hemisphere, you can always see the Big Dipper somewhere in the night sky. Iis qui ad septentriones navigant, for those who sail towards the north. Oriens a dextra est, the east is on the right. A sinistra occidens, on the left is the west. Meridies a tergo, the south is at their back or from the back. Oriens et occidens partes contrarii sunt. The east and the west are opposite parts or regions, directions we could also say. Ut meridies et septentriones, as are the south and the north. Hodie caelum serenum et ventus secundus est. Today the sky is calm and the wind is favorable. Naves multae simul e portu ostiensi egrediuntur. Many ships together are departing from the Ostian port. Inter eos, among them, homines qui naves conscendunt est medus. Among the people who climb aboard the ships is Medus, qui ex Italia proficiscitur cum amica sua Lydia, who is setting out, proficiscitur, there's another deponent verb, looks passive but we translate active, sets out, from Italy, ex Italia, with his girlfriend Lydia. Metus qui Graecus est, Metus who is Greek, in patriam suum redire vult, wants to return to his country, his homeland. Graecia non modo ipsius patria est, sed etiam Lydiae. Greece is not only his own country, but also Lydia's. So they were both originally from Greece. Metus et Lydia ex Italia proficiscentes omnes res suas se conferunt. Metus and Lydia, setting out from Italy, notice proficiscentes is the participle from that verb proficiscor, present participle, are carrying, ferunt, all their things, omnes res, with them. Pauca vestimenta, a few clothes, paulum cibi, a little bit of food, nec multum pecuniae, nor much of money. Okay, so they don't have a lot of anything, right? Praeterea Lydia parvum librum fert. Moreover, or besides, Lydia is bringing a small book, quem sub vestimentis occultat, which she is hiding under her clothes. Ooh, mystery. Sole oriente, navis eornum, e portu egreditur. With the sun rising, or at sunrise, we could also say, for sole oriente, those are ablative. Their ship, navis eorum, is setting out from the port, from the harbor, egrediture portu. And notice there, egrediture is another of these deponent verbs. It looks passive, but we just say sets out or is setting out. Multis hominibus spectantibus, with many people watching. Nice ablative phrase there. Navis plenis velis altum petit. The ship seeks the deep. Altum is short for mare altum, the deep sea. With full sails, ablative case plenis velis. Aliae naves eam secuntur, other ships follow it. Metus in pupim ascendit, Metus climbs onto the stern deck. Lydia eum sequitur, Lydia follows him. There's another of those deponent verbs. Looks like is followed, but it just means follows. Ex alta pupi solem orientem spectant. From the high stern, they look at the rising sun. Iam procolab est Ostia. Now Ostia is far away. Homines qui in porto sunt, vix oculis cernipo sunt. The people who are in the harbor can scarcely be seen. Cerni is a synonym for videre, to be seen, with eyes, oculis. Metus montem albanum, qui prope villam Iulii situs est, cernit. Metus discerns or sees, cernit, the Alban hill, which is near the villa of Julius, or which is situated near the villa of Julius. And he says, Vale Italia, goodbye Italy. Vale te montes et vales, goodbye mountains and valleys. Campi silvaeque, fields and forests. Ego interam eo multo pulcriorem in patriam meam Graeciam. I am going, eo, into a land, interam, much prettier, multo pulcriorem, to my country Greece. Metus laetatur, Metus is happy, neque iam dominum suum severum veretur, nor does he now fear his strict or severe master. Notice laetatur is happy, and then veretur is afraid. Those are both also deponent verbs. You can just say rejoices and fears if you want. You can translate them active. Lydia, coles in quibus Roma sita est, procul cernet. Lydia sees from afar the hills on which Rome is situated, or located, et vale Roma inquit, and she says, goodbye, Rome. Non sine lacrimis te relinquo. I am not leaving you without tears. So she is not as happy to leave as Metus. Nam tu altera patria es mihi, for you are another or a second country homeland for me. Lydia vix lacrimas tenere potest. Lydia can scarcely hold her tears in. Metus faciem Lydiae intuetur. Metus looks upon the face of Lydia, or looks at Lydia's face, and he says, Nonne gaudes, mea Lydia, aren't you happy, my Lydia? Quod nos simul in patriam nostrum redimus, because we are together, simul, returning, redimus, to our country, our homeland. Lydia medum intuens, gaudio inquit. Lydia, looking at Medus, says, I am happy, gaudio. Quod mihi licet te cum venire, because it is permitted for me, mihi, to come with you. At non possum laetare, but I cannot be happy. And notice laetare is a passive infinitive form, but we say I'm not able to be happy. That's it sounds more active in English. Again, it's one of those deponents. Looks passive, translates active. So I'm not able to be happy. I'm not able to rejoice. Quod omnes amicas meas Romanas relinquo, because I am leaving behind, relinquo, all my Roman girlfriends. Sine lacrimis Roma profescisci non possum. I cannot set out from Rome without tears, sine lacrimis. De oculis Lydiae lacrimae labuntur. From the eyes of Lydia, tears are slipping or are falling. Notice in the margin it tells you labi, the deponent infinitive, looks passive, is a synonym for cadere, which also means to fall. We get collapse from that root, and slip is another good way to translate it. Medus eam complectator. Medus hugs her, embraces her. There's another deponent verb. And he says, terge oculos, wipe your eyes. Ego amicus tuus, qui te amo, te cum sum. I, your boyfriend, I who love you, I am with you. In patriam nostrum imus, we are going to our country, our homeland, ubi multi amici nos operiuntur, where many friends await us. Operiuntur is a deponent verb. It's a synonym of expectant, to wait for. His verbis, with these words, Medus amicam suum tristem consolator. Medus consoles his sad girlfriend. Consolator is again one of these new deponent verbs. It looks passive, but just consoles is the active translation. Paulo post, a little bit later, nihil a nave cerniter, nothing is seen from the ship, praeter mare et caelum, except for the sea and the sky. Medus gubernatorum interrogat, Medus asked the pilot, quam in partem navigamus, in what direction are we sailing? Ille respondet, he answers, in meridium, to the south. Ecce sol oriens a mihi sinistra est, look, the east or the rising sun is at my left, sole duce navem guberno, with the sun as my guide, my leader, I am controlling or piloting the ship. Bene navigamus, we are sailing well. Vento secundo, with favorable wind, atque caelo sereno, and a calm sky. All right, well, that completes section 2. I hope you learned a few things there and that made sense. Saw a lot of deponent verbs. Volete.